Welcome back to Building Together. We love modular buildings, and we're excited to get the Jazz Club when it came out on January 1st. We have built it, looked it over with a fine-tooth comb, and we're ready to review it.
That's right. This is one large, impressive Lego set, and for $230, you would expect that. But I don't think the question is, how does this set compare to the typical Lego set, but rather, how does it compare to the typical modular building? So that is the question we are going to be addressing in this review.
The Jazz Club is the larger of the two buildings, being 20 studs wide and a full 3 levels tall. You start with the club itself, laying the groundwork for the floor, building a tiny bathroom, and constructing a stage, and finish the first level with the entrance. The 45-degree angle is a common theme in this level, as both the stage and entrance are rotated. The angular sections are impressive in their composition and immediately catch your eye.
There are a lot of nice interior and exterior details in the first level, as you would expect from any modular building. The flooring is nicely done and looks unique compared to other modulars. The lights are sleek and classy, and the inclusion of the bathroom is notable, given that they don't appear in many modular commercial establishments. The tables and chairs are theme appropriate and look nice juxtaposed with the stage and lighting. However, the stage is very cramped, such that the drum set is very small and unrealistic, and the jazz trio has a hard time fitting on the stage, indicating that a jazz quartet will have to eliminate a band member to play this club. Perhaps a full 32 stud wide jazz club would allow for better execution of the stage.
On the exterior, you have a nice dark azure trim along the base and outside of the windows. While this gives the entrance a nice look, there aren't enough bricks in this color if you want to use the pieces to build your own creations. The highlight of the exterior is the snotwork used to build the jazz concert poster, which makes use of a beautifully printed 1x2x4 panel flipped on its side. The marquee is another highlight of the set, with its lights, printed 2x6 tile in bright light orange, and the Jazz Club sign. The dark blue printed tiles and bright light orange trim, which uses modified plates and hot dogs, compares favorably to the marquee from the Palace Cinema. Some modular fans might be disappointed that the letters aren't brick builds, but the design and printing of the signs are fantastic.
The exterior of the second and third levels are similar, but certainly not identical. This alone makes the build more interesting than that of the Grand Emporium. The main feature is the stained glass windows, which have a cleverly constructed gray and black trim. This trim is unique for modular buildings and was fun to build. The exterior details also include half-circle jumper plates, which is a piece introduced in late 2022. Also of note are the reddish-brown 1x1 tiles along the outside of each window. They don't look bad, but they don't add much to the look as they blend in with the dark red. Plus, it's a technique that is used frequently across the modular series.
Like other modular buildings, the interior focus is on the main floor, but that doesn't mean the build is boring. Both levels contain some nice mini builds, in particular the desk on the second level and the couch and dresser on the third level. There are also some nice details on the roof, such as the use of wheel wells to achieve the curvy look above the windows and the squirrel with its autumnal leaf arrangement, which is a shout out to the Bookshop modular.
Many recent modulars combine multiple buildings into one set, and the Jazz Club is no different in this regard. The cool yellow facade of the 12-stud-wide Pizzeria contrasts well with the darker shades of the Jazz Club. In my opinion, this building is the more interesting of the two in terms of modular-style building techniques. The first subtlety that jumped out to me was the white tile trimming along the windows. This detail could have been left out, but its inclusion provides a nice tie-in to the Jazz Club building and looks fantastic. The hanging plants on the second level add even more color to the building, and the purple flowers are the perfect combination with the cool yellow columns that run up both levels of the building.
The highlight of the interior of the pizzeria is the fireplace, which is consistent throughout the second level and the roof. The second level tailor shop has a sweet vintage sewing machine and some other simple interior features, which aren't going to knock your socks off, but are still nice. The white and black checkered floor in the pizzeria makes sense, although it's a tile pattern we modular collectors are familiar with. The roof details are lovely, however, with the white corner arches and raised bow slopes in the middle. The greenhouse uses some fun building techniques and pieces, such as the new vine element, but it is a bit superfluous to the set itself. Colin and I disagreed a bit on this point. While he sees the greenhouse as a distraction to the exterior, I see it as adding an organic touch of life.
So, is this set worth its hefty price tag? I think there are a lot of great modulars out there, especially ones that are still available. In particular, Assembly Square is one that I think really pops, and because it's been available for 6 years, if you don't have that modular and you collect modulars, I would focus your resources, honestly, on getting that one. I also think there are other modulars that are better than this still out available, so if you don't have them, I would put the Boutique Hotel and the police station ahead of this one. Finally, I also think that this lacks a little bit of the wow factor when you look at it. If this was the first modular, I think we'd all be enamored by it, we'd all love it, but because it comes after a long lineage of other modular buildings, we have to compare it to that. And the color scheme, especially on the Jazz Club, is very reminiscent of the Fire Brigade. The color combinations overall aren't terribly unique with the exception of the Pizzeria, which I think is the stronger of the two buildings. And I think it just lacks that same draw factor as, say, the Parisian Restaurant or even the Greengrocer. And so because of that, I'm giving this, as I reach behind for the bricks, a 7 out of 10 on the modular scale. On the modular scale. It is a great Lego set, but on the modular scale, 7 out of 10.
I agree that it doesn't have the pop of some of the other sets. It's not the best modular. The Assembly Square, Parisian Restaurant, those really pop out at you. Those do definitely have that wow factor you're talking about. This one doesn't have it, so I'll agree with you there. However, I think the design, the level of detail, the new commercial establishments you could add to your own modular city make it well worth it, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it. Therefore, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
So that averages out to an 8.
Yeah, and I would recommend it if you have all the other modulars. By all means, if you have the money, get it. It's a good set. It's going to, I think, look great in your modular city. So it's not that I don't recommend it, but I would prioritize other ones ahead of this one if you don't have those. So that does conclude our review of the Jazz Club. We've made a bunch of other videos for this set. If you want to check those out, check out this playlist right there.
Thanks for watching. Do us a favor, like this video, subscribe, and always remember to keep building together.
Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Thanks for watching. Yeah. Are you laughing at me so much?
It's just a look on your face.
Trying to start with the same place. That was a 4th. Wiggles out. Welcome back to Building Together. The second thing is...
We love modulars. This is going so well.
I'm sorry, you're great.
Take 12.
Well,
There's a preemptive thing there.
We love modular. I don't do so well with scripts.
Apparently not. I mean, you don't have to say exactly that. It was just the guide.